What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we're talking Week 15 game preview, looking at all the start sits for the Rams at Cowboys. Now, the Vegas over-under for this one is 49. The Rams are slightly favored, even on the road. Implied point total right now is about 25 to 24. So Vegas is expecting a pretty close game here. I really like this one to turn into a shootout. The Cowboys defense has been pretty bad over the past couple weeks, and the Rams have really come alive, and I think the Cowboys are going to have to fight to keep up, but their offense is still pretty efficient, so I like this to turn into a really high-scoring game. I would take the over on this one, and with that, there's going to be a lot of fantasy options to talk about. So let's go over a real quick recap for those of you that are working busy schedules this holiday season and just need to know who the heck to start. Quarterback, you can start both Dak and Goff in this one. Running back, you're starting both Zeke and Gurley. Wide receivers, I really like Woods this week. You're definitely starting Amari Cooper. Cooper Cupp is a decent play, and I like Michael Gallup. I'm not too hot on starting Cobb this week. I mean, he's an okay flex, but I think there's better options for you, and I'm looking to make sure that Brandin Cooks is out of my lineup. For the tight ends, I love Tyler Higbee this week. Gerald Everett is going to be out again, and then I'm not too excited about starting Witten, but given that I'm expecting a really high scoring game, I'm not looking to start either the Rams D or the Cowboys D. If you absolutely had to start one between them, it would be the Rams, but I'm hoping to sit both of them. Okay, well, let's get into why. We'll start with the road team, the Rams. The Cowboys defense has been absolutely just putrid the last 5 weeks. They've allowed the second most points to the quarterback in fantasy over the last 5 weeks, and in a likely shootout with a lot of points being scored, I like Goff in this one. Goff has been pretty consistent this year of when he has a good matchup, he plays well, and when he has a terrible matchup, you don't play him in fantasy. Well, this is a good matchup, so let's go with Goff. On the running back side, Gurley's usage is finally back to where we wanted it to be. He's been playing most of the snaps, and yes, he did have a touchdown vulture from him last week with Malcolm Brown. It wasn't really something that we could have predicted, but it doesn't appear that that is going to be the case. Gurley got another goal line touchdown later in that game, so I think Gurley's usage is where you want it to be from a fantasy perspective, and he's healthy, so you're playing Gurley. Wide receivers, Cowboys are allowing 8th in wide receiver points allowed in the last 5 weeks, and Robert Woods has been absolutely on fire ever since taking that personal day off that we never really found out why. Woods has been the #1 target for the last 3 weeks. Cupp is probably playing hurt. Cooper Cupp only played on 29% of the snaps last week, and I would imagine that the only reason why that's the case is because he's playing hurt. He's not on the injury report, so we don't really know what's going on, but that would be the only reason for, at least for us to perceive, why he's not on the field as much. But it doesn't change the fact that his usage in the red zone doesn't scare me off of starting him. He's still one of Goff's favorite targets and has been pretty consistent on the year, so I'm definitely looking to still start Cooper Cupp. Brandin Cooks is where I am terrified. He's been a ghost since returning from his injury, and I don't want to trust him here. If he has a good game, then we can start looking at him again, but at this point, he should be on your bench. On the tight end side, again, it's looking like Gerald Everett is going to be out. I think you can fire up Higbee with absolute confidence for the 3rd straight week. The Cowboys are 11th in points against the tight end. Just go with Higbee here. And then, again, for the defense, I'm betting on a shootout here, so I don't want to play either defense. I think the Rams definitely hold the possibility of getting a few turnovers here, so they're not a must bench, but I don't like starting defenses on the road in a game that there should be a lot of points scored. Okay, let's look at the Cowboys. For Dak, the Rams are right about the middle at number 16 in points allowed for the quarterback in the last 5 weeks. But again, I'm expecting a lot of points to be scored, so I love Dak in this one too. You're starting Zeke, you're not starting anyone else. For the wide receivers, you're always playing Cooper at home. His home road splits this year have been ridiculous. He plays incredible at home and pretty poor on the road. Well, this game is in Dallas, and in a game with a lot of points, you're starting Cooper. I think Michael Gallup is also a great start, especially if this turns into a shootout. You want both Cooper and Gallup on your team. Randall Cobb has really cooled off recently. The last couple of weeks, he hasn't really given you a ceiling or a floor, so I'm not looking to triple dip with all 3 receivers here unless I absolutely have to. On the tight end side, I'm not liking Witten in this one. The Rams have been really solid against the tight end, especially in the last couple of weeks. And then Blake Jarwin has been getting more involved as the season goes on. So Jason Witten is someone that I'm looking to pivot off of, especially if you can get someone like Ian Thomas on your team. And then I'm not starting the Cowboys defense. They've just been playing really bad over the past couple of weeks, and if there's a lot of points scored, it's very likely that you're disappointed with starting the Cowboys defense. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this helps. We want to get you guys to that fantasy championship and help keep your fantasy team alive. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll continue to be posting these all week long, and we will see you in the next one.